Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly intuitive astrological reading for Monday, January 11th through Sunday, January 17th, 2021. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Work Your Light Oracle Card deck by Rebecca Campbell. Just a reminder that we're in a new month, the month of January. We're about midway through as of this week's reading. And if you want to hear the overview of the whole month of January, the first month of this new year of 2021, with all of the numerological energy highlights, the astrological highlights of significance, messages from your angels and guides, and a special message card just for you, depending on your stone of choice for the month. Please be sure to go onto my YouTube channel and watch that. So let's go ahead and start by looking at your stones of choice. These are all special intention pendants again. I think the last week's reading was as well. And these are wire-wrapped pendants or crystals that I create into special intention pendants, and I infuse them with special energies, special intentions, archangel, ascended master energy, depending on how they speak to me and what they are all about. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. This is a Lemurian seed record keeper crystal. This is wrapped in silver wire, of course. And this Lemurian seed record keeper crystal is Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 11, the number of the light worker energy, the qualities of Aquarius for freedom and independence, the element of air for support with inspirational ideas and supportive communication, the energies of major arcana, the magician, who is the creator of one's own reality through magic and alchemy, and the energies of Archangel Raziel for the awareness, understanding, and downloading of esoteric wisdom and knowledge. Okay. Your second special intention pendant of choice here, or stone of choice, is this beautiful amethyst cluster. Okay, a beautiful amethyst cluster, also wrapped in silver wire, and this one's been Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 9, which is the number of the humanitarian and creative and spiritual energy. It's also been infused with the energy of master number 11, the number of the light worker and the visionary. The qualities of the sign of Pisces are Reiki infused into this with unconditional love and compassion and spiritual connection to one's angels and guides. The opening and balancing of the crown chakra to open one up to higher wisdom and guidance. And again, Archangel Raziel, the archangel of alchemy and divine magic. And then your last stone of choice is this beautiful blue-green kyanite. Now I've wrapped a few like this, and usually they're more of a blue color, kind of a darkish blue, but more of a throat chakra blue. This one is a little bit unique and unusual because it's more of a blue-green, almost turquoisey kind of color to it. And this blue-green kyanite is wrapped in silver and Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 22, the number of power on all planes, as well as the number that assists with manifestation of great things. It has infused into it through Reiki the qualities of Neptune and Pluto, combining increased intuitive and healing powers with transformation and transmuting negative lower vibrational energies. The energies of the sign of Aquarius, sign of higher perception and truths, and the guidance and assistance of Archangel Michael to clear away lower energies and remove blocks. Archangel Metatron to access higher spiritual wisdom and to connect to your Akashic records, and Archangel Raziel to expand your psychic senses and tune into divine magic. I didn't realize when I chose these today that they all had some Archangel Raziel energy in it. So again, your stones of choice are the Lemurian seed record keeper, the amethyst cluster, which is great for group endeavors, by the way. Whenever we have like a cluster like that, it's good for humanitarian and group endeavors. And the beautiful blue-green kyanite. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the astrology for the week. Now, there's a lot going on this week. It's a really important week. We have a lot of personal planets connecting with other planets. And when we have personal planets connecting with a lot of other planetary bodies, there's a lot of activity on our day-to-day kind of third dimensional realm, because Mercury is the planet that rules our thoughts, ideas, and communications. Venus is the planet that rules our relationships and our money and finances and other personal resources. And Mars is the planet that rules energy, action, and forward movement. So when those planets, again, connect with other planets, there's usually a lot going on in our external environmental, third dimensional realm. So we start out on Monday, the 11th of January, with Mercury, planet of the mind. As I said, it rules the mental realm, and it's in the sign of Aquarius now. It actually just entered Aquarius last week, and that's a pretty good place for Mercury to be, because Mercury is an air planet dealing with the mind and mental activities. Aquarius is also an air sign dealing with mental activities and communication. It's connecting with Jupiter on Monday, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, the planet of blessings, prosperity, abundance, the planet that rules our belief systems. And Jupiter fairly recently also went into Aquarius. It was just after mid-month December 2020 when Jupiter entered Aquarius, and will be in Aquarius all year 2021. So with Mercury, ruler of the lower mental mind, and Jupiter, planet of expansion into the big picture, into higher perceptions, comes together, especially in the sign of Aquarius. I think there's going to be some really good opportunities here with networking, really good opportunities with collaboration with people of like mind or group endeavors. And this is all for the future benefit of humanity in some way. Now, there can also be a little bit of fixed, maybe slightly judgmental energy, because Jupiter has its opinions. Aquarius is a fixed sign, means it's sometimes stubborn, and that Aquarius energy has a kind of a fixed way of believing or seeing or perceiving something. So there may be some energies where we expand into what it is that we believe, and we don't want to back down from that, and that's okay. If we stand in our truth, that's okay. If we have certain opinions, that's okay, as long as we don't try to push them onto other people, or as long as we don't try to tell people that they're wrong and we're right. We can definitely have our opinions, and that is okay, because we're owning our truth. Now on Tuesday, the 12th, Mercury is now in a challenging connection to Uranus. And Uranus is the Great Awakener. Uranus is the planet that rules the higher mind. So here we have Mercury in Aquarius, Mercury the ruler of the lower mind. And interesting that it's in Aquarius now, because Uranus, which is the planet that Mercury is challenging on Tuesday, is the natural ruling planet of Aquarius. And so there's a strength here with this particular combination, because Mercury is in Uranus's sign. And the other thing of importance to know is that a little bit later on this week, Uranus is going back to direct motion. So it's intensifying the energies of Uranus. So besides Uranus being the Great Awakener, what is Uranus all about? It's about higher perceptions. It's about expecting the unexpected. It's about freedom, change, redirection, surprises. It's about things that occur in a strange way, or seemingly come in uniquely or strangely, or we're beating to the beat of our own drum. Uranus rules independence. Uranus rules technology. And it rules, to me, that channeled kind of information, that ability to open up ourselves or open up our crown chakra and bring forth and channel forth this higher information and knowledge. And Mercury in Aquarius is a liken to that as well. Mercury being planet of our thoughts, ideas, and communications, but in Aquarius has that ability to channel as well. So there's a high ability here for new information to come through. Now remember, this is a challenging square between the two, so we might have some disagreements with other people. We might have people suddenly expressing something where they're not censoring it. You know, it's almost like a knee-jerk reaction communication. So it's a kind of a surprising communication that might be coming from others. Somebody that just blurts out something unexpected, maybe even unusual or strange in some way to us. But it's really kind of this fast and quick. I was trying to combine those words. Fast and quick communication, fast and quick thoughts, fast and quick ideas. And again, there could be some challenge here in regards to communicating or expressing with others, but it also has quite the ability to bring forth new and innovative ways of seeing, perceiving, expressing our reality. Also on Tuesday the 12th, Venus, the planet that rules relationships and personal resources. She's in Capricorn right now. She actually also last week just shifted into that new sign of Capricorn. So she's freshly in that sign as well. But she's challenging Chiron, the wounded healer. So we have two planetary connections on Tuesday that are both challenging. Okay, Mercury square Uranus, Venus square Chiron. Now Venus square Chiron could be bringing up wounds in regards to our self-confidence, usually in our career path, because it's Capricorn where Venus is at. So Capricorn is about our goals, our ambitions, our career path, life path, destiny path. So we may have some self-confidence issues going on here. We may have some issues of independence going on here, being able to take charge or being a leader. We might be challenged regarding that. It's bringing up these old wounds of self-identity and confidence and courage. So, you know, here within our relationships, this might be where that energy is highlighted. It's also perhaps highlighted with, again, career, business, money, finances, etc. Now on Tuesday and Wednesday, 12th and 13th, depending on what part of the world you live in, we have a new moon at 23 degrees of Capricorn. So those challenging aspects on Tuesday happen before this new moon. In other words, it happens during the dark of the moon phase, which can be a more difficult place to be when we're right before a new moon and, you know, we're dealing with kind of this inner realm of emotional energy that's kind of, you know, showing us the shadow, because the moon, as it's in a new moon phase, there's no moonlight being reflected. And so that means the shadow phase of our emotions and our emotional body. The new moon itself is connecting to Pluto, planet of power, control, transformation, regeneration, death, and rebirth. So this can be a powerful new beginning or a need to take back our power in regards to a situation, a circumstance, or a belief system or energy. And so that too has a very kind of powerful connotation to it just by itself, that new moon at 23 degrees of Capricorn. On Wednesday the 13th, Mars, the warrior, the planet of forward movement, energy, and action, which also just recently last week changed signs. It went from Aries into Taurus. Okay, we had 3 planets last week changing signs, and all these planets are now interplaying with other planets this week. But Mars in Taurus is more of a slow mover. Mars, when it was in Aries, wanted to move fast, but because of a retrograde motion, maybe didn't move as fast as it wanted to. Now Mars is in Taurus, so there's more of a step-by-step, practical, grounded, down-to-earth, more cautious, thoughtful, you know, forward movement here with Mars in Taurus. And on Wednesday, it's challenging Saturn. And Saturn rules restriction, limitation, delays. Also the Lord of Karma, or the bringer or teacher of karma or karmic situations or circumstances. Saturn is in Aquarius now. Recently, as of the second half of December 2020, just like Jupiter, it went into Aquarius. So Aquarius is fixed. Saturn is fixed there. It's stubborn. Taurus, where Mars is, also a fixed sign. Very stubborn, very fixed in its ways. And with Mars, planet of energy and action, being challenged by Saturn, ruler of delays, limitation, and restriction, Again, our forward movement might be slowed down or restricted or delayed in some way. We have to have patience here. There's something maybe that we're waiting for to happen, or whether it's a message we're waiting for, or we're waiting for the green light to move forward on a project, whatever it might be. There's a slowdown here. There's a restriction here, and we're needing to learn something because Saturn's here to teach us something. Maybe it's just patience. Maybe it's about divine timing. But there might be other lessons that come up here with Saturn. Also on Wednesday, Venus, again, she's in Capricorn. Now, she's in a positive connection to Uranus on the same day that Mars is in a challenging connection to Saturn. The thing is that on Thursday, Uranus turns back to direct motion. So Uranus is at a standstill on Wednesday. It's not moving, which is, again, intensifying and heightening his energy dynamic. Okay, freedom, change, innovation, revolution, rebellion. You know, he's very rebellious. He wants to beat to the beat of his own drum. He wants to do things his own way. He's all about freedom and independence. Venus is positively connecting to Uranus on Wednesday. And Venus, ruler of the divine feminine, ruler of, again, relationships or money matters. So, you know, we might want to break free from something here. Breaking free from some sort of value system that's holding us back, because Venus also rules values. Maybe having a little bit more independence in relationships on or around that day is indicated. Or there might be some surprises also in regards to our career, business, or money matters, because Venus rules money and she's in Capricorn, that rules career. Thursday is when Uranus technically goes back to direct motion at 6 degrees of Taurus. Also on that same day, the sun is connecting to Pluto. That's part of that new moon that we had Tuesday, Wednesday, where that moon at 23 degrees of Capricorn was approaching very quickly, that connection to Pluto. That's why that new moon conjuncted or connected to Pluto. But now the sun, the next day, Thursday, has now moved on to connect with Pluto itself. And the sun likes to highlight whatever it touches. So it's highlighting matters of empowerment here, or matters of power and control, or disempowerment, however you want to look at that. It's highlighting transformation and big changes. So far all this week, there's a lot going on that seems to be expanding our vision, expanding our mind, looking at the shadows, creating this idea of empowerment, having to have patience. You know, there's a lot going on. And then on Sunday, the 17th, Jupiter, planet of, again, expansion in our belief systems, is challenging Uranus, that just on Thursday went to direct motion. So still kind of at a standstill, hasn't moved very much the last 2 or 3 days. And so it's intensifying that energy as well. Jupiter is expanding that energy of Uranus and all those things that we said it rules. Awakening to something higher, you know, the Great Awakener, right? Technology, new technology, innovative ideas, humanitarian endeavors, beating to the beat of our own drum, surprises, unexpected happenings. So Jupiter's expanding that energy, but Jupiter's in Aquarius, so really I feel like it's expanding higher perceptions, it's expanding higher knowledge, higher wisdom, new ideas, new ways of looking at or perceiving something. And all in all, with all of the energies going on, I wouldn't be surprised if there's certain knowledge that comes to light, certain truths or knowledge that comes to light this particular week. Now, that could be on a collective level, but it could also be on a personal level. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. And just like there's a lot of astrology going on, there's several cards here as well. So let's take a look at this first card that came out. 2 cards came out with the first card, so we're looking at both of them. And the first one is Major Arcana 20. And in this deck, it's truth. And we've been talking a lot about truth, haven't we? Expanding into our truth, or expanding into the truth, whatever that might be. In the traditional tarot, this is like the Judgment card. Major Arcana 20 is the Judgment card. And it's not about having judgments against others, or not even about judgments against ourselves, right? This is about, to me, coming into what your truth is. What do you judge to be the truth for you? And this person is standing what looks like on one half of a scale, you know, and looking out a window. It's almost like they're in a tower. But to me, this is kind of like the scale of truth, the scale of balance. Like when you see Libra holding the scales of justice, this is the person standing on one side of those scales. They're standing in their truth. You know, whatever their truth is, that's where they're standing. They're looking out at the heavens, looking out onto the night sky. So this is about universal truth, okay? So your spiritual truth. This is not your truth about the everyday matters of third dimensional reality. This is about your spiritual truth, your spiritual values. What do you believe in? What do you believe is happening on a collective level? You know, it's kind of that expanded sort of truth, expanded vision. Let's take a look at what comes out with the truth card here. Okay, we have the Two of Physical. Two of Physical is like the Two of Rods in the traditional tarot. Two of Fire, Two of Rods. And in this deck, it says movement, choices, and decisions. And you can see a person standing in front of 4 different doorways. And each doorway seems to have the color, a color associated with it. We have the blue sky, and the blue could be, you know, the mental realm. The green could be the heart chakra realm. The red is the physical realm. The gold here, in this instance, would be more like the spiritual realm, perhaps. Of course, it's indicated by different pictures here, for lack of images is what the word I was looking for. We have images of gold coins. We have images of you know, 2 wedding rings. We have images of a green plant that may be just starting to grow. We have an image of the clouds here. So to me, you know, again, our thoughts and our ideas. So what door do you want to go through? Maybe you want to go through and check out all of them, which is fine. But there's some sort of choices or decisions that have to be made. And whatever that is, and whatever movement you're wishing to make sure that you're aligning yourself here with your spiritual truth. Okay, whether it's you know, movement or decisions or choices on jobs, career, relationships, money, family, moving or not moving, you know, these are all third dimensional things that we're thinking about, which is fine. That's where we live, right? We live in the third dimension, although we're moving to higher dimensions. But base your decisions on what your spiritual truth is. What's the goal of your soul? Where do you see yourself in the future? How do you want to experience your life and your beingness in the future? And so again, your spiritual truth, your spiritual values, and then make your choices and decisions based on that to move forward. Okay, and again, it doesn't mean you have to, you know, choose necessarily just one doorway. You could try out one doorway, walk through it, see how that feels for a little bit, and if you decide that that's not the right choice or the right decision, come back through the doorway and try a different one, okay? Don't feel like you are, you know, set in stone with whatever choice or decision you're making there. All right, let's take a look at the middle card here. Wow, we have Major Arcana 10. In this deck, it's called Destiny. In the traditional tarot, this is the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So we do have a new moon this week, right? A powerful new moon connecting to Pluto, planet of power, transformation, death and rebirth. So that coupled with Uranus turning direct and all the other energies, I think this is going to be a powerful change of the wheel here, powerful movement, if you will, or turn of the wheel. Something very destined is happening. Something maybe very fated is happening. Maybe the universe is kind of giving us a nudge in a particular direction because it's part of our destiny path. Maybe there's some sort of fated occurrence or within a situation or relationship. And this, what I mean by fated is sort of like the universe steps in and something just happens. And when something just happens, when something feels like it's happening beyond your control, it's because the universe is trying to realign you with your truth, your spiritual truth. And so whatever is happening this week, whatever shifting and shaking and showing itself and whatever messages you're receiving, there's something regarding the alignment with your truth as far as moving forward on your destiny path here. And it's really important to pay attention Really important to pay attention to the messages here. Okay, let's take a look at the next card. The next card also came out as 2 cards. So the first of those 2 cards are, well, that's good. We have the 6 of Spiritual. And actually, as I'm thinking about the 6 of Spiritual, this is the suit of rods. And so going back to that 2 of Physical, excuse my mistake, but the 2 of Physical is like the 2 of Pentacles, okay? So that movement, choices, and decisions card is like the 2 of Pentacles, okay? This is the rods, the fire suit, the spiritual suit, the 6 of Spiritual. And this is about victory and success. And we do have dark clouds here. And, you know, a lot of these astrological energies, the dark of the moon before the new moon, you know, there could be some challenges. And that's some of the dark clouds. But you can see that as this person is blowing that spiritual horn, so to speak, into the heavens, the clouds are parting, the sun is shining through, the golden yellow light, the golden white light of spirit, universe, God's source energy, is bringing some sort of positive unfolding of energies. There's going to be success. You're going to be victorious in moving through whatever is going on. And even if with that destiny card and something fated occurs to redirect you on your path, which Uranus is very famous for, Uranus comes in and redirects you unexpectedly. That's why they say to expect the unexpected with Uranus. But it looks like you're going to come through just fine. You know, there may feel like there's some challenges here, but the number 6 is a very balanced energy, and the 6 of Rods 2 is also a very positive card, indicating that you are victorious with whatever's going on. Now let's look at the card that came out with that. Let's hope it's a very positive card here, and it's the 7 of Spiritual. The 7 of Spiritual, like the 7 of Rods, this is about standing your ground, standing in your truth, setting good boundaries, knowing that within yourself you're secure within the decisions that you're making, with what is, again, your truth. It might not be other people's truth, and that's okay. It doesn't mean they're wrong and you're right, but it does mean that whatever feels right for you, because the number 7 is really also connected to clairsentience and what feels right? And it is the spiritual suit here. So go with what feels right in your gut. Go what feels right energetically. Go with what your intuition says is right for you, and stand firm in what that is. And that's where you're going to be victorious, by standing firm in your truth. All right, let's take a look at the message from, the special message from your angels and guides based on your stone of choice. So we're taking a deep breath here, and for those of you that chose the Lemurian record keeper, Lemurian seed record keeper crystal, special message for Lemurian seed people. Special message for Lemurian seed people. This one's calling my attention, and it says Pleiades. Okay, Pleiades, and it says double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So Lemurian seed people, you have something important to do here. Whatever choices and decisions and redirections and fated occurrences or shift in your destiny is happening, it's for a really important reason. And those of the Pleiadian star system, perhaps you are a Pleiadian star seed, or you have star brothers and sisters from the Pleiadian system that are guiding you. Part of your mission here is to guide humanity, uplift humanity, help humanity in some way, shape, or form. I feel like this is a group endeavor as well. I feel like coming together with groups of like-minded people, maybe opening up with all this Aquarius energy that we have going on right now, opening up to the opening up the crown chakra to the higher knowledge and higher wisdom of the universe, or from the star brothers and sisters, you know, almost being like a channel basically. So you could maybe do some writing, if you will, or maybe your channeling is more verbal. Maybe you just get images and messages that way. Double mission, you know, that to me is usually that there is your soul mission on a personal level, like your soul growth and evolution, which is more personal. That's part of your mission. But also, again, this light worker, beyond the personal light worker mission that you have. What is your truth here as far as helping humanity, guiding humanity, teaching humanity? What is your light worker role? So there's a personal healing going on, but there's also a group and collective healing going on that you're a part of with this particular card. Okay, so pay attention to the ideas that pop in. The ideas are a channeling. The information, the messages coming in from your angels and guides or your higher self, part of a channeling of higher information and knowledge. And again, maybe even asking to connect with our Pleiadian brothers and sisters of the highest vibration of light to see what comes of that. All right, that's a very cool card. And then for those of you that chose the Amethyst Cluster, special message for Amethyst Cluster people. Amethyst Cluster, this one's starting to pop up, so this is the one we're going with. Soul Family. Soul Family, and it says, call in your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. Call in your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. So this is very Aquarian as well, you know. Again, we have Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury in Aquarius right now. Next week, the sun will go into Aquarius. That's a lot of Aquarian energy. And Aquarius is about group endeavors, coming together with people of like mind, people that share a common vision, a common ideals. And this is the time to come together and network with groups of people. So reach out and find your soul family. Maybe you already know who some of those people are. Maybe you're making some new connections right now as we speak. It's time to network. It's time to, whether it's networking in person, I know that that's still, sometimes a little restricted right now, but you could also network online. You could join a class, you could join a chat group, you could reach out to people that maybe do similar things as you, that maybe you have an idea of how to collaborate and do something together. But this is a perfect time to find your soul family. And some of you may be even finding a twin flame. When I look at this, it looks very twin flame-ish, right? So you could be connecting with someone who is at least a really positive soulmate connection. And the soulmate connection can be a best friend as well as a lover, right? But this might be also coming into contact with twin flame energy as well. Not for everybody, but for some of you out there. And maybe they come in first in a dream or in a vision. But at the very least, we're connecting with other soul mates of a positive nature that are part of our soul group or soul family. And where there's two or more gathered together, so we have, wonderful energies to create and manifest here on the earth plane. That's a wonderful card too. Well, they're all wonderful cards. And then for the people that chose the blue-green kyanite, special message for blue-green kyanite people. Special message for blue-green kyanite. This one caught my attention as I opened my eyes. And starseed. Starseed, okay. And it says, what lights you up? So first of all, this is a message to let you know that you are a starseed. Again, that Aquarian energy, it rules the stars, it rules astrology, it rules, the heavens, the star systems. And there's a lot of energy here about that star seed, the Pleiadians, the soul family. It's all, and not all these cards in here are like this in this deck. So it's interesting that they all have kind of a connotation of letting you know that you're from higher realms, you're from the stars, you're from the universe. So you might want to explore that a little bit, and what kind of star seed. Maybe this is a new subject for you, or maybe it's not, but what system do you come from? What star seed system do you resonate with? The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Lyrans. I mean, there's all different sort of different types of star seeds here. So you might want to look up different types of star seeds on the internet and do a little bit of research and see what resonates to you, and that will help you to know, the group kind of energy that you're a part of a little bit more. But just as this card says, what lights you up? So they're asking you as a light worker, as a star seed from other dimensions, other times, other places, to think about your destiny path and what you're passionate about and what you get excited about. What makes your heart sing? What gives you joy or a feeling of contentment or excitement? What if you woke up every morning and you could do anything you wanted to do without any worries and concerns about finances? What would you do? And so I feel like they're asking you to explore that a little bit and find out what it is that you are passionate about, what lights you up, and move towards that idea. Could be creative, could be artistic, could be more practical and grounded and down to earth. You know, everybody likes something different, and that's okay. But if we do and we align ourselves with what we're passionate about and what gives us joy, then that makes our life richer. That creates more blessings in different areas of our lives to unfold, because we're raising our vibration to a higher joy, happiness, you know, feeling blessed kind of vibration. And again, that will bring in more prosperity and abundance of all types. Okay? So you might think about what you're passionate about and how can I create this to be part of my life path or career path? You know, usually there's a way, and maybe it's just the beginning steps towards that, the beginning intentions towards that, or maybe you've already been walking that path, but it's just time now to kind of revisit that. Maybe you've gotten off track a little bit and you need to revisit. You know, I'm not passionate about what I'm doing anymore. Maybe you were in the beginning, but maybe now you're not. So look at what gives you joy, what makes you feel full of hope. Okay? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for sharing my videos, and thank you for commenting. Thank you for all the testimonials that you've given me regarding my videos or Facebook posts or any of my services on my website that I've done that you've taken or connected with, or classes, etc. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I appreciate you all so much. And I'm looking forward to moving through 2021 and beyond with you all, sending you all lots of love and light and many, many angel blessings.